Hello people, this is Power here with part 2 of the Ultraman Rube Strongest Narikiri Set. Obviously, yesterday we checked out the Kiwami crystal, and now today we're going to look at his primary weapon, the Rube Corion. Obviously, the Rube Corion originally came with the Ultraman crystal, but paired up with this review, I'm going to look at the New Generation Heroes capsule crystal also, because that's the whole point of why I got the set. So let's just look at the crystals first. So here's the Ultraman crystal. Obviously, this is what Katsumi uses to summon his half of the Kiwami crystal. And just to pair it up, here's Bellio. Obviously, they're pretty different in style, which I do like. His kanji is light. Obviously, I learned that from Shinkenger. I really like his background. It's just light emitting and such. And his is literally just Ultraman. He doesn't have anything on this side. Has his yellow, so also formation, blue formation, and then I don't know why I did it. And all of them out. And then he is B016. Last but not least, we got the New Generation Heroes crystal. This is similar in vein of what Jeed had of the Ultra 6 brothers. But that was a campaign. I don't know why they decided to not make this one a campaign and just throw it in a set. I'll explain it later, but as you can see, this crystal consists of Victory, Jeed, Ginga, Orb Origin, and X, because they are the new generation. And like what I stated, my Orb Spaceman is a Paragon crystal. I like the foiling on this better than this, because like this I can actually see the image, while this is really difficult. And I don't know what the kanji here is, but I'm pretty sure the text here, it says New Generation Heroes. And I like the silver rim here. Like the Ultra Kodai capsule did the same thing, like painted the capsule silver, which I honestly did not know. So this is blues, so blue formation. It's probably his because he didn't do anything, which sucks for Isami, but you know. All of them, and this is B120. So let's check them out in the Rube Gyro. Here's the Rube Gyro. Let's summon this half of the Kiwami crystal. So again, it says the same thing as Bellio. See, I felt like that went longer, because then there's this, like, doom sound, which I don't know what it's about, but, you know. Blue. Now that's it for Ultraman. So let's get the New Generation Heroes. As you can see, it's rainbowy. And if I were to do that again, that's it. It kind of Anyways, what I was trying to say before my camera died yesterday was that it's only the brother saying new generation barrier, just similar to what Riku did with the King Sword, with the brother's shield. And I know there's people complaining that, you know, the new generation barrier isn't a barrier because they're just doing all their attacks. But anyways, let's see the Rosso formation. It's still the same sound. The only difference is just the insertion sound. But I kind of wished, like the Spacium Zephyrion crystal, that depending on which one you have it on, it's the brother. Like it's, you know, like if I have it like this, I kind of wish it was Isami saying it, and then if I had it like this, I wish it was Katsumi saying it, because in show they only showed Isami using it because Katsumi was using this thing. So I don't think this will ever come back in the show, as that was literally just to advertise the set. So again, I'll probably talk about this more when we conclude it. Anyway, so let's actually get to the Rube Corion. So here's the Rube Corion, and if you don't know what the Kourin is, it's the saw weapon that Ultraman uses. It's just one of his attacks, and I love this weapon. I'm just gonna say it because obviously for the past since X, they've been weaponizing. They've been weaponizing their sluggers. They've been weaponizing sluggers, so it's nice to see something other than a slugger getting weaponized, because that's really cool. Obviously, its main color scheme is gold and translucent. I'm going to say translucent yellow plastic, because obviously the gold isn't like Spacium Zephyrion. The back doesn't really have anything. There's a pull tab on it. Doesn't require any batteries, it just includes 2 cell batteries. Obviously you can see here there's red and blue to represent Rosso and blue, and this is technically the thing that doesn't really signify the forms and such. And obviously, as you can see from this centerpiece, this is where you're going to insert the crystals, and as you can tell, this has no reader whatsoever. It has one singular button that's actually... my peg go? That's just here. If you can see that tiny button. So again, like, it's ingenious how they worked it, because obviously it actually does not. I was actually thinking it was gonna work the same way as the Rube Slugger, but then on the Kiwami crystal, there's no peg on it, and plus, if that was the case, then these crystals will not be compatible. So, yeah. There's 2 attack buttons. Obviously, you see the obvious one here, but then there's actually a back one also for one of the attacks. The size of it's alright. It's not as good as the Rube Slugger, because at least with the Rube Slugger, I can actually hold it. This is kind of tight, because of my pinkies just kind of scrunched in there, and it's gonna, like, for now, like, obviously in this mode, it's gonna hurt, or it's not gonna hurt as much, but if you're trying to, like, if you're holding it like this, it's just gonna hurt a lot more, and I'll show you later. Obviously, if you press the button, the saws come out, and that's a really neat feature. And like this, it's so satisfying when you hear it. So to close it up, you can't just As you can tell, you can't close it up because each end of the saw has another clip for the next one. So technically, what you have to do first is close up this one because this button and the back button share the same button. Like, they move the same piece, so you just click it in one by one. And then again, showing it from the back, push it here. And yeah. Like, this button isn't like as obvious. I actually did not know this was like, I did know it was a button from the beginning, but it wasn't until reviews I realized it was a button. Obviously the speaker's here, so pulling the pull tab out. Normally it doesn't have a sound because if I pull it out again, like if I put it back in and pull it out, it normally doesn't play a sound, but because I already did things to it, it just plays the sound of that. So, basically from the start, you're already in Rube Corion Rosso already. So, simply do the attacks, just press the button. It's 2 sounds. That actually might be 3. Huh, I actually did not know that. So you get 3 attack sounds. That's pretty cool. And alternatively, you can do it from back here. I'll just close it up again. And I accidentally held this down. And for anyone wondering, this is the reset button. I don't know if that's part of the point now, and I dropped my phone. So if you want to reset it, you can. So anyways, to switch modes, you just simply hold the button down. So this, either button. So you get Kiwami announcing Rube Corion blue. And I'm pretty sure this one's 3 attacks now, or this one might be 2. This one's also 3. Again, the same thing. So that's basically it. So switching to Rube Corion Rosso. So you get Katsumi announcing that. This is the thing I wished was in the set malfunction. The Rube Slugger, because, like, you know, I wished, like, after, like, it turns on, like, you get, like, Katsumi and saying, like, Rube Slugger Rosso, and then, like, Kiwami saying Rube Slugger Blue, because they do that in the show, and plus their voices are in here also, so I just like the fact that this toy at least does it. Anyways, let's get to the crystal compatibility. So we're going to use our 2 crystals it comes with already. So, to get this set, we're in Rube Corion Rosso, so we're just going to use Ultraman because that's what they tell us to use. And just simply set them in like we normally do with other Rube stuff. The standby will play, and I block the speaker. Just simply press one of the 2 buttons. So that just gives us the Vortex Buster, but for my own sake and because of build, I'm just going to call it the Vortex Buster because Vortex Buster is really difficult for me to say. If you press it again, it will do it. So that's basically it. To remove the crystal, you just hold the left button down and just pull it out. I know most Japanese reviewers actually missed this, so I find that pretty surprising. Switching it to Rube Corion Blue. We're gonna use the new generation capsule or crystal because they tell us so. Again, same process. So that gives us the Kourin shot. Basically, it's just them throwing the saw and cutting kaijus in half because that's what the show Ultraman did. Again, same thing when you use either button. So that's basically it when you just use normal everyday crystals. Switching it back to Rube Corion Rosso. Now, obviously this thing is actually meant to be used in conjunction with the Kiwami crystal. So to get the Kiwami crystal ready, you actually hold the button, this button down, the button that normally lets these out. So just hold it. So we'll play the same standby this is playing, and so all you do is simply peg it in. And this will overshadow this, and then obviously you just do the same process. So that gives us the Rube Vortex Buster, and this thing actually has its own sound to it also, but it's the issue is that because the speaker is getting muffled when in here, you can really only hear this thing, so it's really difficult to hear what this is saying. I'll probably show it later again. So you can slightly hear it. Again, just remove the crystal and then switching it. Same process, just hold the button down. So that gives us the Rube Corion shot, which again is a pretty cool attack. Then that's basically it. So putting this thing to the side. Again, just to show the sound this makes individually. Again, it presses this button because basically this thing, there's a button that gets, there's a button that goes out whenever you do that. So anyways, so it just presses this button, so I really like the lights in this. But that's all it does. It's not going to be like the Makoto crystal where it actually has two different finishers, because technically when you insert the Makoto crystal in here, it's going to say Shin, and then when you have it opened up, it's going to say Grube. So that'll be really interesting to see. But anyways, overall, I think the Rube Corion is a alright toy to have. I think it's actually fun because, again, I like the fact that they're weaponizing the Kourin, but it's just because I think the issue is that this thing, like this toy is not just, it's not on par with the Rube Slugger because of the fact they technically switched places. Because normally this is where we would have gotten, like, you know, a weapon that would technically be the changer of this new form, but because, again, we already got the Kiwami crystal, this is just strictly a weapon, and I honestly don't think it's that bad. Like I said, it's alright, because technically you get 3 attacks for each mode, and then 1 singular attack, and then with the Kiwami crystal, you get an additional attack, just added with Rube, and then an additional sounds. But just overall, the Rube Corion by itself, it's alright. You basically get mostly everything out of the box, just not the Rube stuff. But the set overall, I would say it's probably worth it. I got the set off of Mandarake for $45. Just note, if you're not buying from the same store, shipping is a pain because it's an extra $30. But overall, like, the set overall is just fantastic. Like, you technically get 3 crystals and a weapon. And I think the Rube Corion is a fun weapon, and I think it's fun trying to replicate, like, what Katsumi and Sami do when they are doing the finishers. I just have to note, again, I don't know why I'm always doing these, but be aware of trying to use this thing and, like, the Kiwami crystal in here when you're trying to do the Vortex Buster. It's just that obviously these come off, and for me, most of the time, it's always the it's always this one that flings off, because due to this being so small, it's really difficult trying to press this back button here because you don't have enough clearance. Like, basically, like, you're trying to do this, it's like with this thing especially, so I'm wasting time by this, but by the way, but you know, so basically you're trying to do this and it's like really difficult, like especially like far away, because you're trying to do like this, but then you can't like hit the button completely, because like you can't hit the button to completely with that button up, so yeah, it's difficult. That's like, I roleplay with these things. That's the whole point of why they're called role-playing weapons. But again, the new generation heroes crystal is a pretty neat addition. I just wish it did more, but then again, like, I just kind of don't really understand why this wasn't just a campaign like Spacium Superion. Like, I understand, like, I understand the positives of this being a set, so then, like, you don't have to, like, track down this individually. You probably still have to if you got these individually, but, like, I understand the benefit of getting it as a set, but the issue with that is that they purposely made less stocks, or less versions of the set, because they want this to be limited. So I honestly don't even know which one would have been beneficial, because technically either way it's still limited. But $45 for these two to technically get an extra crystal is overall pretty neat, because I know the original price was like 60 or 6,220 yen, or 6,220 yen. Like, I know it was like $62, but like, obviously because most stores are just adding the price of this and this together, which honestly makes more sense, because technically I'm paying the driver price for this, like the driver price I would normally pay for, not their normal retail prices. But yeah, overall, I really like this set. It's really cool. But if you got them individually already, just I would just say, like, if you don't really care for this thing and just still want to get these, I guess for like, I don't know, $2 to $3 cheaper, then just go ahead. But like I will say, because this is about the Rube Corion. Again, it's an alright toy. The Ultraman crystal's pretty neat, but it's not necessary. But if you already got the Kiwami crystal, I would just say go pick this up already. I know it's mostly going on sale right away because no one wants it. So yeah, that'll be it for this review. I hope this isn't really lengthy, but I think it is. This is PowerRider, and I'll leave people. Bye.